All right, guys and girls, bugging in versus bugging out. This is a video response to the Country Prepper. He did a video last week and kind of gave his thoughts on both, and then kind of wanted our input on it. So that's what I'm about to do. For me, bugging out would be like a last resort in every case. I would rather bug in because, let's face it, our sanctuary is our home. Okay. So no matter what the situation is, whether it's some kind of natural disaster or civil unrest or whatever, I'm going to try to stay in my home as long as possible. Main reason why is because when you bug out, you enter a whole new realm of dangers. Okay. And since I have 3 kids and a wife, I don't want to put them right in the center of some bullshit. I mean, if you think about it, if you bug out, no matter what environment you live in, whether you have like the woods or the desert or whatever your environment is, okay, say you bug out, you get to a location, you set up a camp, but you know, what happens if there are people not too far from you that you don't know are there? Okay, so say like you don't know they're there, but they know you're there, they're watching you. Do you think they're going to be welcoming you with open arms? I don't think so. I think it's more likely that they're gonna try to kick your ass and take your shit. I mean, so you're gonna need to know your self-defense. I mean, that, and I've said it before in other videos. You have to know self-defense. You have to know it. And your family should have to know it too. I just, for people on YouTube, I see this a lot too, where, they want to bug out. They're waiting to bug out. They're waiting for civil unrest, and they're really counting on it happening. I'm not that way, I don't anticipate, bugging out tomorrow. And I don't want it to happen. But if I had to, I would. Like in California, we have a lot of earthquakes and a lot of flooding and shit like that. The flooding comes into play because I live in the desert, which is a big floodplain. To give you an example on that, when my wife and I bought our house, the insurance company that we were trying to go through didn't want to give us insurance because, it's a floodplain. Not taking into account that the whole Mojave Desert is a floodplain. So, I mean, it could rain, for 30 minutes, and chances are there's going to be 6 to 8 inches of water laying across the road in any given area. So that's just something that you have to look out for when living in this environment. But like the earthquakes and things, earthquakes happen on a daily basis in California. Okay. Most of the time you don't feel them, but I mean, there are examples that are really devastating. I mean, like take the Northridge earthquakes that happened in the early 90s. When I was a firefighter, we had to go in and help out at Northridge College, escorting people into their dorm rooms and things like that to grab as much stuff as they could carry after the fire marshals had cleared the area of danger. So you could see the buildings just swaying in the wind. That's how structurally damaged these buildings were. So, I mean, earthquakes are a big part of our lives out here. And in that instance, if I had no other choice to bug out because my house was structurally unsound, then I would do that. But to go sleep under a fucking plastic tarp, no. Because like I said, I have kids. And in that situation, you know, emotions and things are already going to be high. I'm going to take a tent because that'll give them a little bit more of a self-assurance that, you know, everything's going to be all right. Even if I personally know, and my wife personally knows, that, you know, things are a real shitstorm, my kids can be at ease a little bit. But, I mean, bugging in for me is, you know, my first plan. I'm not a prepper or survivalist or you know, anything like that. However, being on YouTube for as long as I have, I've learned from certain people on like food storage and, you know, things like that. And Country Prepper, his channel has really helped me out with that. Because now I have some food stored and some supplies stored and things like that. Bug out bags, things, you know, things of that nature. But I mean, as far as anything else goes, like bug out vehicles, anything like that, I've outfitted both of my vehicles the best that I could with certain gear. Okay. Now around here, you have to kind of watch, you know, what you put in your vehicle, because out in California, like the LA County Sheriff, they love messing with people about shit. And when they search your vehicle, they'll question you on everything. I got pulled over one time and got questioned on a roll of toilet paper I had in a Ziploc bag in the back of my truck. And I looked at the cop and I said, "Hey, well, what do you use toilet paper for, buddy? You know, I mean, what happens if I got to take a shit and I'm out in the middle of nowhere? What am I going to do? Wipe my butt on some sagebrush? No, it's not going to happen." But, you know, that's a whole nother subject on how to deal with the police, and maybe I'll do a video on that too. But you just have to, you know, take into account both of the, you know, bugging in, bugging out, and make a plan for both. And that's kind of what I've done. And thanks to people like Country Prepper, it's made it a little bit easier for me to do. But anyway, that's my thoughts on it. So I guess I'll just talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching.